What's up, guys? This is Tom with Cop Customs. I'm here to do a quick review and comparison of the 3 3/4 inch Wampa in the new release of the Force-Link 2.0. To take a quick look at the packaging, this is what it came in, and I'm sure you all have seen it before. I want to say something real quick. This packaging, I don't like the illustration very much. It's okay, but it doesn't really stand out on the shelf much to me. It was kind of hard to spot it in the rest of the toys. I would rather have like a vintage style packaging, and if Hasbro was smart, they'd put this on a vintage collection card back and sell it by itself, and it would probably sell a lot hotter. But this is what we got, and this is very high quality, super articulated modern figure, and they disguised it in this kid's packaging. Here's the 3 Wampas that we have so far. You have the Kenner vintage. I'm sure you've all very familiar with it. It has the ball hinge or ball elbows with the spring in there, or the rubber band in there for swiping. And this is my friend's, so I don't want to play with it too much. I don't want to damage it. Let me borrow it for this video. It's got swivel legs as well. It's got that strange little notch in his foot for standing like this. And then I couldn't get a Power of the Force release, but there was a Power of the Force version Wampa that came out in about 1998, which was a little more modern. They did a good job with all the beasts in the Power of the Force line, and I'm sure that the Wampa is no different. I'm not sure the features that one had. I think it did also have a swipe attack with a waist articulation, and it also had swivel arms and swivel legs. Unfortunately, I don't have one to show to compare the height or whatever. This is the 2003 Saga release version, though. There was 2 variants of this. There's a Toys R Us release and a battle pack. This is the one from the Toys R Us release battle pack, and you could tell because it has the 3 blood stripes on the mouth. The single carded version, it had like a smear all around them, like a larger blood mark around the bottom of the mouth. This accessory, I believe this came with the Saga release as well. I don't know if it came in the Toys R Us pack. This is a tauntaun leg here he's chewing on, and he even can hold it like that. Well, you get the idea. And he's got swivel hips, swivel waist, swivel arms, shoulders, and swivel neck. His feature is his arm pops off for that battle damage from the movie, and you got some detail with some extra blood paint in there. Not much, but that's pretty cool. And up until this point, this is the most detailed Wampa that collectors have had, or kids have had, modern Star Wars in 3 3/4 inch line. Now we have something better. That's this guy. Force-Link 2.0. Quite impressive. Very good Wampa. Look at this, man. He's got ball joint head. It's the real deal. He's got ball hinge shoulder on the left, swivel on the right, ball hinge elbows, both arms, swivel waist, swivel hips rather, ball hinge knees, ball hinge ankles on both legs. And he's got really good balance because he's got this wide stance, big feet compared to the Saga release. Flat, no detail, no sculpting really. So he can go in all kinds of positions. Really nice. This is what you want to get if you're collecting modern, super articulated, most detailed figures that you can. Or, if you're a kid that likes to collect, the more detailed, more modern figures. Personally, I don't think kids especially like 5 points of articulation, and I think kids are more likely to play with something with more joints. This one also has the battle damage feature where you could remove his arm. That's why he has a swivel arm here. And you can probably paint this up a little more, detail it a little more if you're a customizer. I probably will. Another thing to note on this new Wampa is his hands. They're much larger than the Saga release. More detailed, more monstrous. You know, this one looks like a kitten or something. This is a monster. Much better. Much better. Good figure. And he came, well, hold on. Let's take a look at his face before we move on. Of course, you have emoji face Kenner Wampa. Not very much detail on him. And between the Saga, which might have a chance against this guy. Yeah. I don't know. I guess this one's better, but he could probably do with a little touch-up paint around his face. Maybe some shading, maybe a wash, a light black wash might do good on his face. We'll see what we can do with him. Let's take a look at the Luke that came packed with the Wampa. Stick this thing behind him because my camera doesn't want to focus. So here's the 5 points of articulation Luke that came with Force Link 2.0 Wampa. It's well detailed, I guess. I think that his belly looks bloated. I don't like the way they did his belly. And his face also looks waxy. The paint that they're using, it's just like waxy looking, like off color. And at least his eyes are right. I've seen some pretty nasty eyes recently in the newer figures. And he has a factory error with his head. It's like it was placed off to the side and not properly like centered on his head. So he has this gap, like his head's cut off. The blaster fits really well in his holster. He comes with the the ESB blaster. Fits in there really well. There you go. This tassel, it rotates, and I'm probably going to take it off and install it on my Black Series version. Another thing I want to say is that this Luke, Hasbro is repeating themselves. I mean, they're repeating history. First, with The Force Awakens, they had these figures coming out that stood directly straight up with no, perfectly neutral stance. Now they're starting to vary with stances. They had the Mimban Trooper with the bent elbow to hold the blaster. And now this Luke, he doesn't stand perfectly with his legs perfectly even. You have to put one leg a little bit back, one leg a little bit forward. So Hasbro's repeating themselves with variants of poses, and it's like just stop messing around with changing poses and just go to super articulated everything for kids and adults. I mean, that's the way I think that they should go if they want to sell more toys. Let's take a look at, back here we have a couple more pieces. This, okay, so this piece came with a single-carded Wampa or Luke, and it connected with this other piece that came with a single-carded Wampa or Luke in 2006, the Saga series. This Luke is from the Black Series, and he's been modified and customized. I went ahead and painted his face and put my own battle damage. He was the clean version, because they actually did come out with two versions. I changed him to the battle damage version. And it's a really nice figure. This is super articulated. And it even has a little notch in this diorama piece for your lightsaber hilt, which is nice. Now, if you have this Luke and you're collecting super articulated, you want to get this Wampa so you can put them together, because that's what it's supposed to be here. If they had Hasbro would be smart to re-release this Wampa on a vintage collection card back, a big figure carded with him on a vintage collection card back. That would be a hot collector's item. And if they threw some more paint on this Wampa, then I mean, that's a excellent piece right there if they can do that. But as it is, you're going to have to go aftermarket to get all these pieces And here, you could even throw this accessory in, give him to that Wampa. Give him to that Wampa. Give that to that Wampa. You'd have to go to 2003 to get these pieces. 2012 to get that Black Series Luke. And then 2018 to get this Wampa. So you'd have to do some pretty serious hunting. And I guess I'll close my video there. Here's how he looks next to the Tauntaun of the Saga collection. And thanks for watching my video.